Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. I'm really glad we ended up finding the perfect design for you, and I think it's the best design of all of the sketches I drew, so I'm really excited we got to this one. Let's go ahead and read it. I'm going to show you how this design says tell them stories using Loren Sherman script. So this is a very flexible script, as you noticed by the sketches, and how many ways you can write each letter and each word and each sentence. So let's go ahead and talk about word order and letter order. You read the script starting at the bottom and then going counterclockwise, like a time traveler going backwards in time. So backwards around the clock, which is why we start at the bottom and then go counterclockwise and then end up reading this word first, then this word, and then this word. So here's our first letters of our first word. And this is actually a vowel consonant team because there's a little circle, which is a vowel. So the vowels in this design are this one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. And you read a consonant first and then the vowel if ever there's a vowel consonant team. So here's our first letter, which is a shallow divot shaped. And letters have a stem and modifiers. So a shallow divot stem means it's in this row, and because it has no dots or lines on this stem, that means it's the letter T. So this is the letter T. And then we have a vowel with it. So let's look at our T, and we find the position of the circle. It's not on the line, because that would be an O. It's not outside the word circle, because that would be down here. So that means it's in the center E position, right on the line of where that word circle would go. So this is the letter T, E. So T, E is our first two characters of the design. And then we have a double line for our next consonant. And when consonants are stacked, or you put two consonants on top of each other, you read thin to thick if they're different ones. And if they're the same thickness, it's the same letter. And these two are the same thickness, therefore this is the same letter twice. So all the modifiers on it count for just the same letter twice. So these 1, 2, 3 dots make it an L. And because it's a double line, it's a double L. So this is a double L. So T-E double L. So tell is our first word. And then we have our next word here. This line looks like it could be a word circle, but if we look at it, it breaks here and here. And there's no shape that looks like this in our letter stems. So this can't be a stem of a letter if this is a word. That means that these just have to be line modifiers attached to this word circle, which is what they are. These are part of the S lines because S's have 3 lines, and this is the word stories. So anyway, our next word is this one, and here's the bottom of the word circle, and this is our first letter. And it's a circle on the line of the word circle, like this. And the thickness does not matter of this because it's not a stacked consonant, it's just one. So we don't worry about line thickness unless they're stacked. So this is just the letter TH with no modifiers. Even though there's a line passing through it, it doesn't end on anything. So this line ends here and would count for this letter stem, but it doesn't end on this letter stem, so it doesn't count. So this is just a TH. And then we have an E on the line of the word circle. And then we have an M with 1, 2, 3 lines. And these line modifiers, their line thickness also doesn't matter. So 1, 2, 3 lines on it, M. So yeah. Oh, and it's also very important that we end this line where it ends in the design. Sometimes tattoo artists will end the line where it ends first, especially because it's hard to see on their magic little purple stuff. So when you have it tattooed, make sure it ends here on the word circle of tell instead of on the double L, which would be a problem because then it would look like an N with 1 line modifier instead of the 3 dots, or on the TH, which would then look like a QU with 1 line on it. So make sure this line ends right here, or right here. It'd be okay if it ended on that stem, but I want it to end here because that looks nicer. I want them to all be connected. So THEM, them. And then our last word here, bottom is here. Here we have another stacked stem because these are both shallow divot shapes, this little arc here. And we have a thin and a thick one. So this is the only time where line thickness matters because we need to have a thin one here and a thick one here because this thin one is the letter S with 1, 2, 3 line modifiers. And then this thick one is the T because it has no modifiers. And it's important that we read them in the order ST instead of TS. So ST is the order they're written here because thin to thick. And then we have an O inside the word circle, like that. And then we have a shallow divot with 1, 2, 3 dots, making it an R. And then we have an I in that same base E position, like this, but with a line going towards the center. So that makes it an I. And then we have an E on the line, no modifiers, just like that E. And then a shallow divot with 1, 2, 3 lines, which is another S. So here's one S, here's the other S in stories. So yeah, tell them stories. I hope you like your design, and I hope you like how it turned out. And I'm excited for you, and I hope you have a wonderful tattoo. Bye.